I'm on a bit of a roll here tonight. I'm trying to make up for last time yesterday. Okay, I'm continuing on from November '89. Okay, as I said now, for over 4 months without a wink of sleep there now. Nothing had changed. I'd moved into December. I remember getting a letter in the post addressed to me. Instead of saying Mr. said Master because I was still under 16. It was basically an invitation for a Christmas party at the place that day centre. I mentioned where I went to a party the previous April. However, my health had rapidly deteriorated since then, and I'm actually feeling like I'm going to sneeze now. Excuse me, just shows you that it's live when you speak. I'm leaving the sneezing in, but I didn't sneeze on the screen. I'm sneezing away from. I'm not like that. So that December, I got an invitation for a party in the day centre. I couldn't go back there. I look wretched. If they'd have seen how I deteriorated, they would have been in shock. So I just pretend I never. Pretend I never really bothered going. So they must have thought, he's fed up. He must have thought, I just want anything more to do with this. He's moved on with his life. But I would have went if I had been in good health. But because some of my old friends were there, who I'd met, earlier, teenagers like myself, but I couldn't meet them anymore. So okay, that Christmas was awful. That was the first wretched Christmas I had. I still hadn't slept. Now you're going to say now it's July. You're nearly 6 months. Yes, I swear on my life, may God strike me down. Then I did. The Christmas was terrible. I was still abused towards my sister. I was being alienated now in the family by everybody, especially my mother and father, since I'm the eldest. I was very ill. That is the biggest reason, but probably not all the reason. I was also in self-destruct mode. I was actually thinking, how low can I actually fall? I've got chronic insomnia now. My hair's all itchy and greasy. I'm burnt out. And I was thinking, what would it be like to actually get kicked out of the house, basically? So this is where you're being deliberately being, verbally or psychologically in order to having a good enough legitimate reason to be kicked out of the house. It's madness. I don't know what I was doing at the time, but I was still young and a teenager, and you have mad stuff. I think I might be wrong here. I don't need to cause offence, but men tend to get into self-destruct mode. I was one of those where you see, well, how can I really, fall into the gutter and get out of it again? As you're going to say, some of this is my own fault, and you're probably right. Some is just stupidity, other is just madness. It's mostly madness. But the illness was there. So, into January 90, and how many months? 6 months without a wink of sleep there, and nice and burnt out and wrecked. Getting more aggressive, and also my father's also getting more aggressive. So, eventually, I was put back in hospital against my will by my father. And this is me birthday again. I've a habit of going into hospitals around me birthday for some bizarre reason, just coincidental, I don't know. It would be around me a few days before my 60th, but it would be it wasn't a birthday, it was celebrating. And I was abusive to her, and the atmosphere in there, you could cut it with a knife. The hatred from the female nursing staff was unbelievable. I knew straight away. They knew about it. I only found out many years later that was in my medical records. They knew about it in January. It was already mentioned in it. And what can you do? I didn't want to be. I was just thinking about recently. I should have left the very day I went in. I should have just walked out. But I had nowhere to go at the time. I had nowhere to go. And where would you go? Back to my parents. They just put me in there. So there was nowhere else. I was be homeless, which would have eventually happened anyway. So I suppose it didn't make any difference. So went in. There was a student nurse there. Now you're going to say, why student? In this hospital at the time, they seemed to use student nurses like full-time nurses, basically. Staff nurses nearly, whatever you like to call them, full-time nurses, staff nurses. And you're going to say maybe it was because they were trying to cut corners, which is probably right, but the amount of money these people were making was phenomenal. Compared to public hospitals, they were just so tight with money. And I don't know why they could afford, other hospitals could outdo them, and with far less sums. Okay, this student nurse, just picked on me from day one. I said the two main reasons were, one, I was abused towards my sister, which she didn't like, and the other reason was I looked wretched. I looked horrible. I was, it was ugly. To be honest, it was terribly ugly. I'm not just saying that to look for sympathy. It was just the truth. And I could hear some of the staff making remarks about my appearance, and I also heard right in front of me female patients saying, "I wonder who's the ugliest, Paul," or they mentioned one or two other names in the whole of hospital. They called me an ugly bee. And you're going to say, well, some people call it. Well, I'll tell you later on that got mentioned a few more times. Not from, they really meant it. It wasn't just a figure of speech. It was really meant. I was called an ugly bee. I've been called an ugly bee after a few more times, and I'll let you know about that later. So I couldn't wait to get out of there fast enough. This one, whenever, I don't know, she seemed to be everywhere. She was picking on me for the most bizarre stuff. I couldn't wait to get out of that place. I couldn't sleep a wink when I was in there, and the hatred from the female nurse was unbelievable. But I didn't. It looked. I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't even sleep when I was in there. I didn't bother them. I never even mentioned any of these things. I firstly didn't talk to them. I never spoke to them. None of them, as far as I can remember, not one of them ever asked me how I was, or "Are you okay?" But that's something unusual. It was not even one asked me how I was. They had that much hatred for me that I couldn't wait to get out there fast enough. So I said nothing. I never told them I had chronic insomnia. I never told them. Well, you could see I look like shit. So they were making jokes about my appearance and all, but they didn't really seem to realise that it was just that I was fairly ill. I remember looking one day when I was in there and a bar in my face. I said, "My God, the bags and dark circle, and me dirty, unkempt hair because I couldn't comb it. I looked wretched." I said, "They don't know what's wrong with me, and they don't give a damn, and they never will know." And it says, "I know what's wrong with me, and God knows." That's the main thing. But I couldn't wait there to get it. So eventually I got discharged after exactly a week. Actually, I remember the doctor, the consultant there, he said right in front of me, including other staff, there is absolutely nothing wrong with him whatsoever. That was basically it. I was discharged that day. I walked out of the hospital without. My father wouldn't come in to collect me. He was outside the hospital grounds or something in the car or something. So I did a little trick. I managed to take the lock kind of off the door. To be honest, they wouldn't give a shit anyway. I walked in with a few belongings, and that was it. Got in the car and went home. So I'm going to continue on from after I get to February 1990. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye.